Alright guys, this is for the Test Your Might Kung Lao guide, and it's to do with a teleport, and particularly the early 3 teleport. Now I did have this video up yesterday, but I decided to redo it because some new information about the teleport on hit has sort of become available to me by Somberness, who's an absolute legend with frame data and is a real asset to the community. And with him we're able to figure all this stuff out, and without him we'd be pretty lost. So he's just told me something about it that I feel I didn't put in the last in the last video. All I had was information on block, but I didn't have information on hit. Now Pig of the Hut put out a video yesterday about what to do when this blocks, but what people aren't sure about is even on hit, and I'm just want to show you a few things about that. Now, I was surprised that a lot of people still didn't know how to punish this on block. I thought that was old news, but apparently it's not so common. Apparently a lot of people still have problems with it. So credit to Pig of the Hut for putting that out. And you can learn some of these things in this video too, but this is more geared towards the Kung Lao player and not the opponent, because you'd be shocked at how much Kung Lao players don't know about the character. It's shocking how little they know about teleport in general and teleport early 3. Now you'd think they would know it. You think they know everything about this move because they do it so fucking much. They throw it out like it's made of gold, and they don't actually know what their rights are from it at all. There's loads of questions you need to ask about it. When I hit the opponent, what can I do? How come I hit the opponent and got uppercutted out of my block string? How come when it blocked, how come I got the throw on the opponent, but how come the next time I went for it, I got fully comboed? And even though they don't ask these questions and all the answers are left unsolved, they still throw it out and do all this shite as if they're allowed to do it. But they're not. And that annoys me. That's probably the most ignorant thing in this game, is Kung Lao players throwing that teleport out and doing whatever they want after, as if they're just allowed to do it, or as if they're sure they can do it or something. They're not. So we all know, first of all, that the teleport was used for getting combos at height specific, or if you see it being blocked, for instance, just continuing on their block string or whatever. One of the things it is good at is early 3. You can either mash 3s or you can just frame it. The important thing to know about this is it's 0 on block. 0 on block. So there's absolutely no advantage whatsoever. Okay? What is also important to know is this is 10 frames, this is 7 frames, this is 9 frames. This will whiff on a crouching opponent. So will this. Now, this means that if I do teleport early 3 on block and I immediately just start doing this, the opponent will down 1 me out of that, down 1 me out of that, and sure as fuck down 1 me out of that because it's 9 frames. Now, you'll get uppercutted and full combo punished, right, and poked out of everything for just assuming you can do strings. Now, if you did land grab afterwards, or you did land 1-1, 2-1, it wasn't because you were allowed to do it, right? It was because the opponent froze up and didn't punish you correctly and didn't know how to deal with it. It wasn't because you're just able to do it. It's important you understand that. Again, if you do get, because you will see some people will do this, do early 3 and then they'll do that and it'll block and they'll get a throw, and the next time they'll do it, bang, they just get uppercutted out, and they're sitting there wondering, what? Hold on a second, the guy blocked the teleport, then I done 1-1-2 and I was able to hit him, and the next time same thing happened and I got punished. It's important to understand this, and that is why this is 0 on block. This is high, 10 frames. This is high, 7 frames. This is 9 frames. So anything that's 6 frames, any 7 frame, 6 frame down 1, will beat out anything Kong Lao does after this, except for early 3 spin. Because spin is 6 frames. And the rules are, specials beat normals, armoured moves beat specials, and X-ray disables armoured moves. So if I hit the opponent, or even on block, and I do a spin, it will beat the opponent's poke. But just to show you how risky it is, it doesn't jail nor does it combo, so you're going to get full punished for it basically. So it's not really it's not really a good idea to do it unless you think, yep, you do this and the opponent down ones you every time, then you can check him with a spin if you want. Now I will tell you what your options are as a Kong Lao player on block. The important thing is it gets you in, and you should be grateful of that, because this is where they don't want Kong Lao to be. Basically, don't get greedy and just start thinking I can attack and getting, basically getting greedy about it. There's plenty of things you can do here as a Kong Lao player. You can get in, you can bait their poke, and when they poke them back. Certain carries you can blow up a down 1 with a spin. Certain people will just panic and start mashing uppercuts. The good thing about that is, bait the uppercut, blow it up with a 2-1 spin. Or any combo of your choice, really. You can, if you want, crossover, but if opponents are going to uppercut you, they're going to uppercut you out of your jump. So you can bait uppercuts and pokes, but the important thing is it gets you in. If they think you're going to spin, or that you're going to do a poke, or you're going to do anything, and they do hesitate, you'll get the block string. But again, it's important to understand that you're not just allowed to do that. You got it because the opponent froze up. Now, this is where it's interesting. On hit. Apparently it's plus 10 on hit. But the funny thing about it is, usually when moves have frame advantage, they're on the ground and you're instantly able to do it again. Because this is in the air, it really depends on where you do it. Sure, there's plus 10 as soon as I hit, but there could be 4 frames before I hit the ground. I could do it there and there's only 2 frames before I hit the ground. You never really know. So the important thing to understand with this is, you can't really guarantee your frame advantage after this. The opponent can still uppercut you out and still poke you out, because the frames aren't 100% guaranteed. It's impossible to say what frame that was really hit on. You can't guarantee that. The only thing you can do is down 1. Problem with it is, down 1 on block is negative, and down 1 on hit is plus 1. It's not a massive frame. It's not massive frame advantage, considering you can still be poked out of that 6 frames, but a 6 frame down 1 will beat you out of that. For instance, that you'll kind of get beat out of that. So again, even on hit, just because it's plus 10, don't think you can just start doing your 10 frame or 7 frame normals. If the opponent does panic and tries to just do a jab or a regular normal, then you will get the block string. That's not going to happen. They're going to mash out uppercuts, or they're going to mash pokes. That's what's going to happen with that. There's also some things that are inconsistent about the teleport. If you do it in a block string on certain characters like Shang Tsung, let's say I do 1-1-2 teleport early 3, it will hit. But if you do it normally on its own, it will miss. If I do it from 1-1, it will miss, but if I did it from 1-1-2, it will hit. 1-1-2-1, it will hit. But if I turn the opponent off block, 1-1-2 will miss, 1-1 will hit, 1-1-2-1 won't. So there's some real inconsistencies with it, but the only thing I can tell you is, on hit or block, doesn't matter, just understand that you don't have free will to do whatever the fuck you want. You can't. It's specifically used as a tool to get in, and that is it. You will be beaten out with down ones, you will be beaten out with armor moves if you instantly try to do what you want. So that is Teleport Early 3 in a nutshell. It's a great tool to get in on a standing opponent, but that's about it. And that's really all you can take from it, guys. So I hope this helps. You can check out Pig of the Hut's guide on how to punish it on block, which is basically what this is. You can down one him unless he spins. So yeah guys, hope it makes sense. Okay, see you.